Well, thank you again for coming. It's always nice to speak to thousands and thousands of people. Yes, great. And it is customary in academic settings to give the disclosures, who supports the research that you've been doing in recent years, and so on. So these are mine. Well, I've already stressed that inactivity is a huge public health problem around the world, causing more deaths perhaps than smoking, according to this report from Dr. Ai-Min Lee a few years ago. And the costs are just enormous. Again, you can all read, but see, 80 billion euros, oh my goodness. The cost of inactivity is a problem. We've heard other talks about getting people physically active. How are we going to do this? How are we going to get more people more active more of the time? Well, one of the approaches is this theoretical behavioral science model that my colleagues and I have used over the last 20 or 25 years. Professor Bess Marcus from the University of California, San Diego Medical School is the one who really brought this model into physical activity research. And you'll note that there are 5 stages, these circles that are embedded in one another, 5 stages of motivational readiness. So pre-contemplation is never even thought about it. I don't plan to change and again, whether this is activity or eating behavior, smoking, I just never thought about it. I didn't think it was bad for me to sit all day. And again, I don't have the time. I don't think I could build in this activity, and so forth. I'm not sure I could do it anyway. So here is an example of what I want all physicians to do. So when a patient comes for an exam, this doctor is telling Mr. Crankshaft, by golly, exercise would be good for you. So, he thought about it. So this doctor was a success. See, he moved Crankshaft from pre-contemplation to contemplation. So now Crankshaft is thinking about it. He hadn't done anything yet. Well, I'm thinking about it. And then there is the preparation stage, which, starting to make a few changes. How do I do it? Who can help me? I don't know if I can manage or not. And again, all these points are items that someone might consider in the preparation stage after they've moved from pre-contemplation, contemplation, been thinking about it. Okay, I've kind of convinced myself I'm going to get ready and I'm going to prepare to be more physically active. And to use another cartoon, look at this guy. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Can all of you make that decision? Jog 2 miles, swim a half a mile every morning before breakfast, ride a cycle 10 miles, whatever. Be physically active. Unfortunately, the wife reports the weather. Thank goodness, now I don't have to do it. So again, he's still in this preparation stage, but maybe tomorrow it'll be nice weather, and out he will go and do his 2 miles. So again, back to the stages of motivational readiness, again, the 5 stages. And these are based on theoretical models from behavioral science, psychology, and we have an enormous problem in this country. We ignore behavioral science, essentially, in education for kids all the way up through college. The National Academy of Sciences issued a report a couple of years ago, Science Education in the United States. I downloaded it, I typed in the find box, behavioral science, and 1 nanosecond later, term not found. I am not opposed to physics and chemistry and math and well, of course not. But can anyone in their right mind say that there's no place at all in our educational system to try to help people learn how to manage their behavior? Now, I've done a lot of work and very interested in physical activity behavior, but what about, eating behavior, not smoking, managing your stress? There are all kinds of behaviors, and not only health behaviors, balancing your blasted checkbook regularly. Behavior, we need to help people learn how to manage the behaviors. So The approaches that are being taken are based on sound theory, and here's some of the methods that Professor Marcus came up with that we've been using. Now notice goal setting is one of them, and see what I have here is a pedometer. I'm sorry, this gets at the self-monitoring. How many steps a day do you take? How can you change a behavior if you don't know where you are on that behavior? Your dentist wants you to floss every day. Do you do that? How many days do you floss? Oh, I don't know. Well, let's keep a record and find out. And then you can have a goal that you can set. Okay, I'm only flossing once a week, but I believe I can do it twice next week. Ooh, wouldn't that be wonderful? So next week I come back and check with you, and say, no, I still didn't do it. So then another behavioral strategy is problem solving. What got in the way? Oh, I ran out of floss. Okay, do you know where the drugstore is? Could you go buy some or go to the supermarket? So using these methods are helpful in changing behavior. We have to gradually reshape, whether it's a sedentary behavior, gradually reshape that into being physically active on a regular basis, meeting the guidelines. So this stuff can work. These strategies, I mean, we've done studies, many different populations, men and women and different age groups, different racial ethnic groups, and these behavioral science approaches do work. And I think they work, again, for changing kind of any behavior. So here's a guy that we really worked on hard to get him to take up some physical activity. And he has come around to the point that, yes, by golly, walking is my favorite activity. At least for Fido. I think we still have a ways to go with this guy. But maybe we'll get there eventually. Thank you.